Harold Thompson woke up with a crick in his neck and the distinct smell of burnt toast in his nostrils. This was odd, considering his toaster was in the kitchen and he was, supposedly, in his bedroom. He opened his eyes to find himself staring at the back of his refrigerator. His bed, it seemed, had relocated to the kitchen overnight. Stumbling out of his mobile bed, Harold surveyed the scene. It wasn't just the bed. His favorite armchair was now perched atop the coffee table, like a king on his throne. The bookshelf had swapped places with the TV stand, and the rug was bunched up in a corner as if it were sulking. As he watched, the recliner, his trusty companion for countless football games, let out a soft sigh of creaking leather. It then, with a smooth, mechanical grace, reclined itself fully, propping its footrest up on a nearby ottoman. It looked smug. "You will not believe this, Brenda," Harold whispered into his phone from the relative safety of his office cubicle. "I think my apartment is haunted. Or maybe I'm losing my mind." The recliner. It reclined itself. Brenda's voice on the other end was a mixture of concern and pity. "Maybe you should take that vacation," I suggested, Harold. When Harold returned home that evening, a new horror awaited him. His dining table, a sturdy oak piece he'd inherited from his grandmother, was now taking up the entirety of his small bathroom. It was set for a formal dinner for 4, complete with a lace tablecloth and his best non-chipped plates. "Right, that's it," Harold declared to the empty, yet strangely judgmental, apartment. He produced a large roll of industrial-strength duct tape and, with a manic gleam in his eye, began to tape his furniture to the floor. "Let's see you move now," he grunted, wrapping a thick band of silver tape around the leg of his sofa. The next morning, Harold woke up on the floor. The duct tape lay in neat, shredded piles, and his mattress was halfway out the bedroom window, as if it were making a break for it. The morning breeze was chilly. As he scrambled to his feet, the wardrobe, a large, imposing piece of dark wood, began to slide across the room towards him, blocking the bedroom door. It moved with a slow, deliberate menace that was far more terrifying than any ghost. "Mom, you have to believe me," Harold pleaded into his phone, huddled in the corner of the living room. "The wardrobe tried to kill me." His mother's voice was soothing, but unhelpful. "Now, Harold, dear, you've been working too hard. Have you been eating properly?" Desperate for proof, Harold set up his small digital camera on a tripod, aimed it at the living room, and left for work. When he returned, he watched the footage with a growing sense of vindication and terror. There it was, in glorious, time-lapsed detail, his sofa doing a waltz with the coffee table. "Aha!" Harold shouted, brandishing the camera at the assembled furniture. "I've got you now. What do you have to say for yourselves?" The furniture was silent, but the armchair seemed to shift its weight, a silent admission of guilt. Emboldened, Harold charged at the recliner, attempting to wrestle it back into its original position. The recliner, however, was ready for him. With a powerful thrust of its footrest, it launched Harold into the air, sending him tumbling head over heels onto the sulking rug. A deep, rumbling voice, like the sound of old wood groaning, emanated from the wardrobe. "We are tired of your aesthetic choices, Harold." That "Live, Laugh, Love" poster was the final straw. The other pieces of furniture murmured in agreement. It was an intervention. With a collective sigh of purpose, the furniture began to rearrange the apartment with a startling efficiency. The bookshelf alphabetized its own books, the coffee table centered itself perfectly, and the rug unsulked and lay flat with a satisfying thump. Harold sat on the floor, defeated and bruised, and watched as his apartment transformed into a stylish, minimalist haven. It was beautiful, it was elegant, and it was utterly, completely not him. He sighed. At least, he thought, he wouldn't have to dust anymore.